This episode is brought to you by SmartVestor. Connect with an investing pro near you at ramseysolutions.com/smartvestor. Sarah is up next in New Jersey. Sarah, what's going on?
Hi there, how are you?
Doing great. What's your question today?
So I am trying to figure out how much I need for retirement. I see where I'm trending right now in terms of my retirement progress, but I feel like it's falling short of what I'll probably need.
Okay.
And so I'm struggling to figure out what I should aim for. I know I watched a segment where someone was at 3.5 million. I don't know if that's accurate or where it should be, and what I would need to adjust to get there.
Okay.
Well, usually when we think about retiring, I'll tell you what's in my head. I'm thinking about my entire nest egg, and I'm thinking, based on my annualized rate of return, which is about 10%, can I live off of 10% of my income, and can it feel like the lifestyle I have now or better? Does that make sense?
Yes.
What do you currently have invested?
So I have, let me see, in terms of my 401k, I have about 146,000.
Okay.
And then I have a brokerage account with a couple of EFTs, which is about $7,000.
Mm-hmm.
I have a separate Roth IRA, which I just opened up, that has $1,000. And then the other money that I have is just it's emergency fund.
Okay. Do you have any debt?
I have student loan debt. So I have a student loan that it's in forbearance, but every other month I make $1,000 payment towards that.
Okay. What's left on the balance?
130,000.
And what's your income?
It's 210.
Good income. Is that just you?
Yes.
Way to go.
All right. So how much are you currently investing?
So currently I invest via my paycheck, and so about 600 goes into my 401k every paycheck, and then my employer matches that.
What's the match?
7%.
Good.
Okay. So if you follow through,
separately, I have $300 that I was putting into. Qapital, which is a money saving app. I was putting $300 every paycheck, but I just recently moved that into an EFT to start putting that into there.
Okay. And why are you investing outside of the retirement right now into those ETFs, I imagine, is what you were saying?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think
just to feel like you're doing
to try to do something.
Uh-huh.
That's very honest.
And then also the other thing too is that, does it make sense to max out the 401k? I think I've done it in the past, and the thing that I'm kind of most worried about is, what are the taxes going to look like? And so if I can find some other place to do it where the taxes might not be as much, I'm just trying.
So can we let George and I tell you what we would do? And as we're telling you that, you tell us your objection so we can help you get past it. Would that be all right? Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at what you're doing, and I hear what you're saying. It sounds like you're just doing everything you can to feel like you're doing something. But I would argue that you're doing too much, and because of it, you're not making the progress that you want to make. The way I would do it, Sarah, is I would focus on clearing out these student loans first so you can have the fullness of your income, and so that these things don't follow you into retirement. Because what a pain in the butt to still be paying off student loans when you're retiring, right? You're not even working anymore. Mm-hmm. You're not even using the education anymore at that point. So I would really focus on that. And that's going to require a mental shift. That's why I asked, go ahead and tell us your what your reservations are. But let me play out the plan first. So you pay off the student loans. Then instead of thinking about it as I'm going to max out my 401k or I'm going to max out my Roth IRA, we just say, hey, let's just invest 15% of our income. Because if you did that, you'd be putting $2,625 into retirement every single month. That's a lot of money. And if you did that, let's just pretend, I know that you've got the student loans to pay off, but just let's say you did that for 20 years. At the rate that you have now, you're going to be over $3 million at that point.
Okay.
So if we can kind of reverse engineer that to make that happen, it's going to start with, we got to have the student loans paid off. We've got to have some form of cushion between you and life, some sort of emergency fund. That way we can invest and not worrying about having to pull it out for emergencies again, right? And now we've created kind of the sustainability. Think about it. Making $210,000 a year with just you, How quickly could you pay off the student
sorry.
loans?
I do have a toddler. I'm sorry, I meant that I was unmarried, but I do have a toddler.
You do have a toddler.
Solely
Okay.
my income. It is solely my income.
Well, great. You and your toddler, $210,000 a year. How quickly, if you really got intense, because I think mentally you are intense about being prepared for the future, how quickly could you pay off that debt?
I feel like I could probably pay it off in a few years.
Ding,
I think
ding,
so.
ding. 2 years.
2?
So here's the math on it. 130 grand, 24 months. You're talking $5,400 a month. Not $1,000 every other month. We're going hard in the paint at this debt. And here's what that does. 24 months from now, you're 50 years old, right?
Yes.
And you've paused investing for those 2 years, all investing, which scares you. But here's the truth. Now you have freed up so much of your income and focus and energy. Now from 50 to 65, let's say, you invest that 26, 25. That's 15% of your income every month. Like you're going to have $1.8 million sitting in there in that one account.
Okay.
And that's at 65. If you want to keep working, you ride this out till 67, you got 2.2 million. And like Jade said, you continue this down the path, you'll have more and more. And so retirement is not an age, it's a financial number. And so we don't just get to retire because, well, we're 65, it's time. A lot of people get there and go, I don't have enough to cover the expenses. And getting into retirement debt-free is your best bet at reducing the amount you need in retirement.
The only other thing too is that I've also been looking to purchase a home because I've been renting, and so trying to factor, I don't want to delay purchasing a home because I'm finally in I think a good financial position to do that, but I don't know how that factors into kind of increasing what I'd be contributing to the student loans at this time.
Well, I do love the idea of having that line item on your budget set. Once you're in retirement, I would hate for you to be renting then. So at that point, the order of steps would be still focusing on getting the debt cleared out first, because again, we don't want debt, especially that sort of debt, following us into retirement. Then next, you still need some sort of emergency fund, some sort of cash position to keep you between, a barrier between you and life. Then from there, now you could start to do both at the same time. You could start investing 15% and start putting aside for a down payment. And I would really, at your age, I would fight in the budget to do both simultaneously rather than put off investing any more years in order to save up for the down payment faster. I would try to do them at the same time.
So you're investing 15% into retirement, and then any money above that goes into a savings account for that down payment.
Even though that might make it go a little slower than you want, you're going to want the years, you're going to want that time of compound interest growing for you in your retirement accounts.
Okay. I think it sounds solid.
You've got a lot of great goals. It's we just got to get focused on one thing at a time, and you'll clean this mess up fast. And if you keep making $210,000, I have no fear that your life is going to look very different a decade from now.
Yeah, is your income going up anytime soon?
I hope so.
Good. I would plan for it to go up, right? Why would it go down at this point? You're kind of going into your highest earning potential years. So a lot of people in their 50s earn their highest amount. So really, really good.
I'm proud of you, Sarah.
Yeah, and I think that's been untapped. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So it's time to ratchet up those student loan payments, because here's the truth. 130 grand at, 6 or 7% interest, you're probably, if the balance is moving upward, even as you're making a $1,000 payment every other month, you might be accruing over $1,000 in interest every other month.
Absolutely.
So you really got to get ahead of it, and that means throwing huge chunks of money. And we get those calls where people go, hey, I owed 80 and now I owe 100 because it was in forbearance. I didn't understand what it meant. I just thought they were helping me out. Now I have an even bigger mountain to climb.
Yeah, for some reason, student loans rest differently in people's minds. If you had $120,000 of debt and it was credit cards, cars, all these other things, you'd think, oh my gosh, I have to get a hold of this. But for some reason, when it's just one block of student loans, people tend to push it aside and forget about it.
Well, society told us it's an investment in your future, and yet you can't bankrupt on the thing. It will just stick around until you decide to get rid of it.